Okay, so the themes. We have fantasy, cottagecore, and urban. Those are the 3 themes I came up with. But if there is one that you are more interested in, like for a different vibe.
Well, I mean, I feel like you and I both have like a very similar vibe in terms of what we like to build, as like kind of a combination of fantasy and cottagecore. So
Honestly, I think both are valid. I don't even know.
I think this might sound weird, but I think for like in terms of like tips and tricks, I think the thing that I want to focus on is like roofs, if that makes sense. Roofs.
I think it's the thing I struggle with the most, literally.
Well, just in terms of like, cause like in my professional builder opinion, I feel like they're the hardest thing, but also like they're the thing that can add like the most detail to a build.
Yes, Dad.
So yes, but then also like every time I create like a really good like roof, I'm like, oh, slay. Like I'm like, and also like different roof shapes, because you know I feel like the most like basic go-to one is like the classic like stairs going up, but there's like so much more. So like that's the thing too, is I've gotten too invested in roofs before, to the point where like it got bad and messy.
I'm addicted to using curves.
Me too.
I think curves are my favorite thing.
Me too.
Ever.
I love organic shapes in Minecraft because they're just so
Yes.
they're so different.
Different just to the square, the cubes that we are provided. That is all.
Some juxtaposition, as the art majors would say, you know.
I have a question. What is your favorite block?
Oh gosh. You know, okay, I've recently become a really big fan of packed mud. Like,
I love it.
also partially because of the noise it makes.
Yes. It's so aesthetic.
It's just crunchy sounding.
Okay, that's a good start. Seeing as you like roofs, is there a roof block you'd like? Like, what are we thinking?
Well, okay, so I really like colorful roofs. Like, I love what you did over here with like the prismarine and the warped wood.
Thank you. Do we want to try some cherry?
I think so.
Wood?
I think, yeah. I think some cherry, and then we'll probably just like throw in other blocks for like dimension or like, you know. And then if we add any like moss or anything like that, it should have like a nice contrast too.
I love putting like grass on the roofs.
Yeah, me too. In real life, it's like, oh, that's not good. But then in Minecraft, I'm like, yeah. I also, when it comes to leaves, I really love combining flowering azalea and cherry leaves.
I've never seen like they literally have like similar colors. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I feel like they look really nice together as like a way to sort of dilute the flowers.
I'm so excited. How did you get into building?
Okay, yeah, this is a great question. You know, it's funny because like I feel like not many people ask me this question like at all.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know why.
Oh god.
So I had like not to get like sad or anything, but like I had like a really like my parents were busy a lot when I was growing up, and so I really turned to like online communities for, you know, companionship and like finding people with like similar interests. And like like a big interest of mine has always been Minecraft. Like dare I say it's a lot. It's like I'm kind of obsessed with it, probably to like a slightly unhealthy level, but you know. And so I started playing on like a lot of survival servers growing up, and like from there I like would meet, you know, people in the community and like all this jazz. And I was on this one server that I got like really into and I was very dedicated to, and it was run by like this really great group of like friends who were in their 20s, and they were very respectful of like everyone on the server. They were very like, you know, bent on building a really great community. And because it's like a small server, you know, like lots of like the admins and mods, they did the building for the server themselves. And so one of like the admins just really liked me. We had like very much so like like a sibling dynamic, and so they started teaching me how to build, and it was really bad at first, so I won't lie. Like I remember so distinctly sorry, I remember so distinctly like building something with like the most atrocious block palette you could imagine, and I was like so proud. I was like, look, I did this. And I remember, dude, this is like not it. Like like this is no, but like in a nice way. Like he meant it in a nice way. And so, you know, that just kind of established my love for like building. But like I feel like what really got me into it is then I went on to like other Minecraft servers and joined build teams and stuff like that. That's actually where I met like one of my like best friends, who is like, she's the reason why I worked for the Minecraft marketplace, because she got a job there, and like she also then got me a job. It was like the nicest thing ever, I think. I was also really into like Minecraft roleplays as a kid. Like I was eating up Minecraft Diaries and AppMal like nobody's business. And I feel like that's kind of what got me into like Chisel and Bits, was like seeing all of her like really intricate sets. And I was like, I want to do that, which is like why I started learning Chisel and Bits mostly on my free time. I mean, I feel like most people say I'm like a really good builder, but I feel like I'm just kind of I'm just a guy. There's so many talented people in this community. It's like, it's kind of hard for me to be like, think that I could be a good builder. Cause like, I'm like, dude, have you seen literally everybody? Like, they're insane. Like, they're all awesome.
Well, honestly, I always think that about you. There's so many crazy builders as well, but in like different, like everyone has their own thing that they bring to the table that makes them like their own builder. And to be honest, me personally, I have not seen anyone else do Chisel really. When I think of Chisel, I think of you. I'm like,
oh my god.
Oh, I wanna pick it up and try it because it looks so fun. Literally.
That makes me so happy. That one I do kind of take credit for. Like I do know that I'm like probably one of the main Chisel and Bit builders.
Yes.
But that's also, there's like a few other I've seen and talked to. I just feel like I don't even know what it is about Chisel and Bits that is like so like alluring to me. Like, because I could just theoretically, people have told me like, why don't you just like use Blockbench? Like, why don't you just like, you know, make like pixel art or voxel art? And I'm just like, no, but there's something about doing it in Minecraft that just makes me so happy, because then I get to walk around it and like be a little Minecraft guy in it.
Yes, literally. No, literally the crazy thing as well, that is exactly how I got into building too. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, as a kid.
Like, through servers?
Yeah,
and, like...
literally. Like, I was so close-knit with, like, this random survival server. And I really wanted to be on the event team. And everyone was so, like, really, like, super, super good friends. And so, I remember the first thing I built was, like, the most horrific thing. I built, like, the Sydney Opera House out of quartz, but it was like,
oh my gosh,
terrible. Like, it was terrible. And so from there I was like, right, I'm not leaving this as my final
this is not my
thing.
legacy.
Yes, exactly. So, and then I finally got on their build team, and then all my friends on there started streaming, so I was like, right, this is my chance.
It's kind of sad because I definitely feel like the Minecraft, at least in Java, I feel like the Minecraft server community is not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be like there was just like websites upon websites for finding like small, tight-knit, like survival server communities, and that's like not really a thing anymore. At least like in Java. I'm sure that there's definitely like bedrock ones.
Good builders inspire people to be builders, and I feel like that is where all of the builders live. They live in like the servers, you know, like the spawn.
They live in each other in a weird way.
Literally.
That's not weird, but like, you know what I mean? Like, metaphorically. Like...
Yeah, no, literally. It's crazy. It's actually so crazy. Because like, even now, I'll join the odd server and I'm like, I need screenshots of, like, this is so inspiring. Like, I'm a changed person.
And that's one thing I really love about the builder community is because like, I do think, I can't deny this because I literally do this. I have some moments where I'm like, wow, this person's so much better than me. But also like, I definitely feel like there's a lot of, I also like what outweighs that though is my desire to take inspiration and to be like them, you know?
Yeah.
So like instead of sitting there and being like, wow, this person's so much better than me, like I should give up, I'm more like, wow, this person is so good and I feel so inspired and like honored to see their work. I want to create my own stuff now. Like it's definitely more of like a healthy creative relationship.
Yeah. Compared to content sometimes. I feel like at least like with building, it's very much like you have your own kind of niche that is literally completely unique to you. That could take little elements of like other that you could share with other builders, but it's like, but with content, I feel like the whole thing with trends and everything.
Dude, yeah, I mean that's something I love about like the building communities. I've never like, despite the fact that I've definitely been like, oh my gosh, this person is so good at like so much better at building than me, I've never felt like I was like competing with a building content creator. It's always been like, wow, you created this really beautiful thing and you made a really great piece of content and I love that for you, and there's nothing beyond that.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's because like even within building there's different niches, you know, and it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's oh, gosh, it's so much better though, because I've never like, I don't know, I've just never seen like a piece of build content and been like, oh, I want to outdo them.
Yeah.
Like I've never had that in my brain before. I've always just been like, wow, this is awesome, but that's it. Like
No, I completely get that. Okay, apart from roofs, what is your favorite part building? Do you like terrain work? I think you said interiors, right? Do you think interiors is the...
Oh gosh, I can't really think of like a very specific thing that I enjoy. I just like it. Like, you know.
Yeah. No, that's valid.
That's, you know, and I've noticed that about you and I love it because I also love castles. I really like old building. I like building things that would be impossible in our world. I think. Like, I just want to make something that like, because you know, it's like this is my world. I can shape it, you know. So like, why would I try and make it look too much like our own world when I could make it silly? Well, I mean, I've like a lot of friends who have type 1. I feel like the most obvious example is Bill, but I also grew up with a few friends who had type 1 diabetes. And like, while I'm not diabetic myself, like I do have like some like sugar sensitivities and sugar issues, like with my blood sugar. I don't know, I've always just been like really hyper aware of it. And then obviously like, you know, I feel like in America, we're made very aware of like what type 2 diabetes is, so.
Okay, so I'm super new to the diabetes. I've had it for 2 years, like a week ago. So for me, I feel like it's those stereotypes that like make me, like obviously it's not just a stereotype, like obviously it's like a valid thing, like being unhealthy and obviously contribute.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to like type 1 and type 2 is like, you know, you can just sort of develop it, and a lot of it is mostly genetics. Like even with type 2, like it can come about because of like health reasons, but like normally like genetics play a pretty big factor in it too.
I'm glad you know about it, because I feel like everyone I ask, like I'll be like, honestly, do you know anything? And they'll be like, no. They'll have no idea. So in my head, I feel like there's just like, my example I always use is, if you think of diabetes, even me thinking of diabetes, I feel like the immediate thought is like the jokes people make about food, or for example the media or whatever. And I just feel like it's so like it just makes those people who will have it or do have it like feel guilty, you know?
And that's the thing is, I don't think anyone, regardless of what type of diabetes they have, should feel guilty. Like,
yeah.
And that's something I'm pretty strong about, because like for starters, like I don't think that anybody who has a chronic illness should feel guilty. Like, you know, and I think a lot of that has to do with like how we view sickness in our society and stuff like that. Because especially not to get all like, not to be too snifferish here in terms of my opinions, but because we live in a society where we are expected to work, when you are ill, you can't work the same way as other people, and so because we value work, it's seen as a bad thing. But the reality is like, you can't control that, and also working isn't the point of human existence. So, you know.
Yeah.
And also, there are plenty
No,
of ways for people with disabilities to work if we make accommodations for them. Well, not disabilities, sorry. Chronic illnesses, disabilities, mental illnesses. It's a huge spectrum, you know?
Definitely. I feel like that's part of it too, just like learning about what specific ones entail just helps like be able to...
The people around you.
Yeah. It helps people to
be able to respond.
To do, yeah. Or like a level of empathy as well. Because I feel like, I think for me personally, I'll think of other creators and I'll be like, I'm so jealous of them because they don't have this thing on top of what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
I completely get that.
Yeah. I do think that's a thing that will go with time and obviously regulation from me being good at managing it. But
I think those feelings are like really valid too, honestly. I'm like slightly chronically ill too, just not obviously with like diabetes. I have like heart related issues, and I also have like hormonal related issues. Do you know what PMDD is?
I don't. What is it?
It's called premenstrual dysphoric disorder. It's considered, it's not taken very seriously because it's kind of seen as like very intense like PMS, but like basically like I get so physically ill that I like can't do anything. But it's like a mental thing too. It's like, and it happens like, 2 weeks a month. So it's like my whole body just like feels like absolute crap, and on top of that like my mind, like it's like because mind body connection is like such a big thing. When your body's not feeling good, your mind is not typically up there either. So it's I definitely like understand, because I mean there's like a big reason why I don't stream as much anymore, is like it feels like everything exhausts me.
I think it's so crazy to me that like that can be your reality, but like there's such a line between other people like knowing what you go through, and obviously that's how life is, but especially with like physical illnesses or just anything, especially things.
And that's also why I feel like I definitely like feel for you in terms of like like talking about like diabetes, because I feel like there is so much stigma, especially around like heart related issues, and then anything relating to like hormones or periods or anything like that. Like there's a lot of like, especially like in America, like the same thing with like the heart issue. Like a lot of the times people are like, oh, if you have heart issues, it's because, you're overweight or you're this or you're that, or you don't exercise enough. When it's like like I still manage to go to the gym and I do what I can with my abilities. But like, it's like, it's like the same thing of like people make these assumptions because they're so uneducated about what actually causes it and like what it's actually like.
I feel so passionately about that. I think as well, my own ignorance before is what like makes me feel so driven to like talk about it, even though I feel kind of, I think there is a feeling of like not guilt, but like I feel bad talking about it because it's my thing. And obviously sure my chat is so lovely and everything, but like I feel bad because like it isn't to do with them, like it's not on them and they won't have to deal with it. But then just like I didn't have to deal with it like before, I now do, and I wish like that's as well why like I feel like just the whole idea for me is so like important to me, because imagine you're like a younger creator and you have diabetes and you see someone who you watch quite frequently like acknowledging it and like understand, like showing some sort of understanding. I feel like for me, if I was younger having that, like I'd feel so seen. I think chronic illnesses are so, obviously it's a huge theme for me, but like since COVID and everything, I think chronic illnesses have been a giant focus and like an impact on so many people's lives, whether it's like family or whatever. And so I feel like attention should be drawn because
and also I feel like a lot of it is connected to people not even understanding how their own body works. Like I'll admit this, like I did not understand for the longest time like what sugar and carbs and things like that even do to regular people. you know, like how we metabolize them, what insulin is, what our
Same.
pancreas does, like what low blood sugar feels like the amount of people who like, oh, I feel like this, I'm like this, and I'm like, have you eaten any sugar, have you like had any like carbs or anything like that, because they're describing the symptoms of like low blood sugar to me, you know. It's like because like we don't, not even like regular people seem to know what's going on with their body. And it's so important to have awareness, not just for yourself, but for other people. Especially since like it's like carrying around like a pad or something like that. You know, I always like to carry around like sometimes like little granola or something like that. It's like always like if somebody needs, you know, a little bit of sugar, or they need this or like that, like something to help their body in that moment. Like I feel like that should be so normal.
Definitely. No, I really hope we can like work towards it, just as like a society, because obviously it's been an issue for like probably years, but it's just crazy to me to have it now. And it's like, I think a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Like I feel bad talking about it, but like I'd rather sacrifice like how, I don't know if this is the right wording, but like not how, like kind of how I'm seen, so that other people can feel comfortable.
Oh, what? That makes me so sad, because I feel like you're not, I don't feel like you're sacrificing anything. I don't feel like it should be a sacrifice. I feel like it should be like, I don't know, maybe I'm like a crazy person or something, but I have this like insane desire to know other people's experiences. Like I love it. Like I will go out of my way to ask people about things that are different from my own experiences, because it's just so much more fulfilling. And it's like also like it's like there's a whole other like side of life that you don't know about. Like why wouldn't you want to know about that?
I think for a lot of people, which obviously it's completely fair, but like there's this kind of, I think we all have this subtle ignorance of, if I don't have this thing, that it doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? Which I completely disagree with. I don't think we should be like that. I think that's why I feel bad about it, because I like, if people come into stream and I'm talking about diabetes and I'm playing Minecraft, and they just like they're like whatever, you know, like obviously those people aren't the people I want around. I don't know, there's just this feeling of people like educating people when they don't want to.
And this is, you know, kind of bringing this background to like the family friendly conversation. I also think talking about this in front of kids is really important, because kids don't entirely have this idea of like what's appropriate to talk about yet and what isn't. And I think that for starters, I think that talking about, you know, chronic illness should be more appropriate than it is. Like I don't think it should be shameful. I don't think it should be embarrassing. I don't think that it should be taboo. So I feel like in a way, like, you know, having a younger audience and being able to talk about these things as well, whether they have it or not, is another form of it, because then you have this young audience that's like hearing another person talk about this thing that they probably don't even know what it is. And they're like learning like, oh, like this is a thing that exists. It's like people have this, and all of a sudden now they're more mindful. Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like as well there's this whole like Google tells you like you're dying or whatever, which I think as you say, like people often, because they're like, oh, it's probably nothing or whatever, but as long as like media that's being consumed sort of can contribute to like obviously living life to your fullest because you know what's going on, or like whatever, I think it's so helpful. Well, you know, and I also just like, this is one thing that I've kind of learned to live in my life, is like I fundamentally do not believe that people are stupid. Like I believe like like we went to school, we were taught how to research. So when somebody comes to me and they tell me, hey, I researched this thing and like this is how I feel about it, like that doesn't automatically mean that they're right, but it doesn't automatically mean that they're wrong either. You know, like no, definitely. It's yeah, I've had plenty of experience, especially with doctors, where I've like researched a lot on my symptoms, talked to a lot of people with similar issues, and like, you know, come up with these things, and it's like definitely helped the process a lot and helped me identify certain things that were going on with myself. Is there anything specific you're excited for TwitchCon? Oh my gosh. I feel like just seeing people in general is like mostly what I'm excited for. I have not been to a convention since like 2022. Because, you know, I was dealing with some sick stuff, so But now I'm like at a point where like I feel much like better about it, like going to conventions, and then also like, you know, I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Also, like literally last year, as I was like about to go to TwitchCon Paris, I had just gotten like released from like my main source of income, so I got like really scared about like going to I don't know, like using the money. I don't know. It was a lot.
No.
But it happens.
I feel like building is so underrated.
It really is. I feel like I've been so happy with like my TikTok comments and stuff recently, because people have been like commenting. They're like, wow, this is like art. And I'm like, yes, everyone should look at it like this. This is, it is art. Please look at it like so.
Literally though, like I feel like I took art for so many years, and I feel like I was so against doing like any kind of like buildings or whatever. But now it's my life, you know. I feel like it helps. Like it's crazy how things change, but they also are like so useful. Like I did acting as well, and acting and streaming just go so well, like hand in hand, and I love it. But no, it's so art vibes. It's literally just pixels.
I think in my opinion, it kind of qualifies also as like environmental storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a pretty big advocate in the like Minecraft builds art realm.
No, it's good. We need more. Wait, this is so adorable. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm actually so proud of this. I've never been able to do this normally, but it works.
But wait, I love this so much. Such a good range of colors. Perfect. I feel like it's so nice making a really pretty build and then just like adding things after, like to
oh yeah, it's so relaxing,
make it atmospheric. I'm gonna try something crazy. I really hope it won't interrupt with. I feel like it would be cool if we have maybe rings of like amethyst buds around it.
I would like that,
but not loads of rings. Do you have any more build projects that you're like, I want to do this? Like
oh my gosh, let me think. I mean, honestly, I've been so stuck on this YouTube series that I've been working on.
Yes.
That I feel like I want to do more creative stuff though, like really badly. And so I don't know. I've got like a few, like one that I don't think I can share yet, because you know it's a little secret. It's a little secret. So but like I mostly just like want to do some more like vanilla builds and stuff like that. I have really, you know, I feel like in a way you've sort of like gotten to me. I really have the desire to build a castle. Genuinely, that's the best news ever. I'm so glad. The castle builders need to rise up, like right now. I feel like that's one of the most important things in building as well, just like it feeling full of life, or like the feeling, it sounds cringe, but like there is like love in it, or like heart and soul in it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm definitely very happy with this. I'm actually so glad amethyst was added. I feel like it's, oh, I love it. I literally love amethyst. I'm trying to think about if there's anything else that like I want to add too, but yeah, I'm like pretty satisfied with this. Oh, I love it so much. As well, I feel like, I don't know, I definitely have like a perfectionist brain all of the time. And I feel like, as I said, when it feels like life, like it has a little bit of love, it has a little bit of life in it, I feel like it doesn't matter if it's like not perfect, because it just it gives the right vibe, you know? It just comes across. You know, this is why I love building like very naturey stuff. It's very forgiving in the way of like, if there are mistakes, it's like fine because it's organic and life is lived in. This is gonna sound so silly, but like that moment when you realize that like building with another person goes like so much faster. Yes! No, it's literally so true though. Like this would have taken me like multiple days. I get that so much. It's crazy. It's crazy that this has just like appeared within like 3 hours. 3-4 hours. Yeah. Oh, I love how it looks. I'm gonna take some screenshots while I can.